Hey there everyone, and today I want to talk to you about how virtual reality could impact body image. Hey there everybody, my name's Dave, aka Mindset by Dave, and for the past 4 years I have been a mindset and mental health coach working in the mental health industry, helping people to better understand and work with their mindset, their mental health, and anything that might be holding them back up here. If you like the type of content that's on this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Remember, a subscription on YouTube is priceless to you, but priceless to me. Also, if you ever want to chat live about this kind of stuff, mindset, personal development, mental health, all that kind of fun stuff, I stream live on Twitch every Tuesday at 10 AM till 4 PM where we run a mental health drop-in chat, and I stream every Sunday night at 7 PM till 10 PM. All of that's UK time, and you can find that over at twitch.tv/mindsetbydave. Anywho, on with the content. So I want to talk to you today about how I believe that virtual reality has the potential for negatively impacting our personal self-image moving forward. And this is based in principles that are already present in social media. If we look at beauty standards on social media, we start off with things that get introduced and seem at first bizarre, which then become something that is accepted and then actually become something that is expected. The standards for what equates to beauty are always changing. It's a tremendously subjective thing, but when social media gets on board with it and a group of people get behind one particular idea, it suggests to people that very specific things are what is considered to be beautiful, and anyone that does not fall into those categories is considered not. We can look at this in terms historically of things like makeup and airbrushing in magazines, which originally was just kind of limited to a certain amount of people. We would actually look at the magazines and maybe even think, well, that person's been touched up, that person's got the best makeup artist, that person's got the best airbrushing. But then those things sort of started sneaking into commonplace and became what we expected to be normal. Then when we move on to social media and the advent of filters, people will filter things up to high heavens. And the problem isn't that they do this. The problem is that they see themselves like this, and now we have comparison. Comparison is at the root of all beauty standards, because we actually have to ask the question, are you beautiful compared to what? Compared to who? And we can actually look at that and we can say, right, well, I feel beautiful compared to my worst picture, but right now I don't feel beautiful at all compared to my best picture with the best angle and the nice lighting. Then when filters, and I'm not just talking ones that change the colors and stuff here, I'm talking about ones that actually filter out imperfections in a person. So, well, again, so-called imperfections in a person. These things then let that person see themselves of what they would be like if they were free from this so-called imperfection. And then when the person sees that image, they compare their current self to how they look in that picture, and now we have the comparison. This exact same person may have actually considered themselves to be beautiful when they woke up that morning, and then they see the filtered picture of themselves, and now they don't. And we can see just how far this goes. Joe Rogan recently posted a photo where it looks just like a beautiful young girl, and it's actually him being filtered by his daughters just quickly on their phone. Now, Joe Rogan's not going to look at that and go, hey, I wish I looked like that. But that doesn't mean that throughout society and throughout internet culture, there aren't people that see a heavily edited version of themselves, and now suddenly by comparison, they see themselves as lacking. They see themselves as less than beautiful. And this is where my concern is about what virtual reality might do, and we need to really nip this in the bud. Not creating virtual reality, that's inevitable, it's already here, it's gonna get better. But what we need to nip in the bud is our expectations on ourselves and our comparison on ourselves. When we see these hyper-edited versions of ourselves, then when we compare the existing self to it, we have to separate those two things. We have to realize, actually, this is an edited version of me. The real me does not need to look like that. In fact, maybe it's probably a good idea to not even play around with those things, because maybe you don't even need that image put in your head of what you could look like if you had a living airbrush on you all the time. When we get into virtual reality, the options become endless, and right now, virtual reality is not extremely realistic. but it's going to get there. It might be 5 years, it might be 10 years. But when a person goes into that, now we're talking about we're not just changing the elements of our faces that we look like. Now we're talking about we can get into the idea of increasing specific muscles. We can change our proportions. We can make ourselves taller. We can make ourselves shorter. We can make ourselves wider. We can make ourselves narrower. We can do whatever we want. And when we then start looking into a mirror in a virtual world and we see this perfectly sculpted avatar in front of us, now we're going to have something more to compare ourselves to. So if there is any real answer to this, it is simply be aware that this is the case. And do what you can to actually put that in a box, like we would have done historically playing an RPG where we build the character from scratch and we just see them on the screen. That's not us. We accept that that's not us. We accept that we're us. We don't walk around wanting to look like our World of Warcraft character, unless you're a cosplay artist. And we need to be aware that this comparison is there. And we need to stop comparing ourselves to these fake, doctored, played with, made up images and actually take a moment to say, I like who I am right now. As always, I hope you found this content useful, and if you have, please hit that subscribe button. Remember, it's priceless to you, but priceless to me. And remember, you can catch me live on twitch.tv/mindsetbydave every Sunday evening at 7 PM till 10 PM and every Tuesday daytime at 10 AM till 4 PM. And I would love to have you as part of our community.